Up, you just got to go to generationesports.com/USMC. That's it about that link. That's it about those games. Let's get it back to Rocket League and let's kick it off with an XD Sports goal.
6 seconds is all it takes. Els gets us going. That goal explosion as well from the recent Halloween pack. We're feeling like we're going to get used to seeing that one a bit. And I have to mention as we get started, XD Esports has the results on paper here to try and bring this one through. But Hopkins, I know Hopkins has the fan base. There have been plenty of people watching, cheering on this squad from the stands here and hoping that they can pull off the miracle run here. It would be great to see this high school squad, very resilient team, make it. But XD Esports stands in their way, and they're doing very little standing around. They've wasted only 30 seconds to find two, as Lottie Lettuce has so much power just from the middle of the field.
Wow. Okay, XD Esports getting started off very high. We weren't able to see their quarterfinals match. We watched Hopkins against the Herky Gamers instead, in which the Hopkins had a wonderful series, but XD Esports, it seems like whatever their quarterfinals matchup ended up being, it was a great warm-up. They are coming into this game feeling hot and trying to get those passing plays to combine as well. That was the one thing, Galligan, that I said that Hopkins have to look out for, was the chemistry between these players. I mean, it is like they are all knowing as to where their locations are and how to drive that ball straight to them. Hopkins gotta find a way to intercept and interject on those combination plays and maybe slot those shots as well. That one for Hopkins going high.
And listen, the thing is about the quarterfinal that you mentioned for Hopkins, need to remind you, it was Herculean gamers who were able to get the first two goals, and Hopkins then responded with 8 unanswered, but something else is in the water here for XD Esports. You can see the rotations coming through. They've sent Hopkins to the back line. It's unfamiliar territory. They're not used to being that stuck back there, and XD Esports are taking full advantage of the situation. Full threes across the board, save for the Hopkins scoreline as they still search for their first here. And as we continue on in game number 1, Hopkins defense, again, still needing to be stellar, but at a certain point, you've got to convert it back the other way.
Oh, yeah, but before this game gets away from them, right? I mean, XD Esports, so we're averaging, after that shot, that goal is a goal every 30 seconds. Normal Rocket League, right? Yeah, maybe not so much. With a goal right here, they could continue that streak, but good save from Grodd. You just can't forget about the caliber that the Hopkins players are bringing in. I thought Mokio and Fresh were the two mechanical players on the squad, and then Grodd came out of nowhere with the flip reset and this high shot as well. Every player from Hopkins is a player to fear. It is Grodd with the first goal.
It works. It absolutely works. Hopkins will take that too. Good speed up very high here, which, as this tournament has gone on, elevation has been key. Not only getting up there for the touch, but finding it confidently. Really solid way to find your first goal there and make XD Esports respect the space a bit more. Back them up into their own zone. Now they're reaping the rewards and the benefits there, but a big save from JK Fashizzle will deny that scoring opportunity. Still cooking with it though, are Hopkins. Plenty of looks, and you've got to admire the ambition to get up for these shots, get these saves away, even with XD trying to convert a quick one on the other side. Chaos ensues on the goal line, but no shot on target just yet. Hopkins get that much closer to getting in. It's a near 2-on-0, and sure enough it is. They see their way through to getting within 1.
Okay, Hopkins, yeah, do your thing. I love this from Fresh as well. Getting very unique defensively. Had a demolition on Els, and then on the wraparound from the field, dunks Els from the respawn. He's trying to get back into offense. Fresh says, no way. It's our time to shine, and that's the dump pass over to Grodd to finish the play. Hopkins, they're finding ways to act against XD Esports. Start to quell the embers that are rising into a bonfire for this XD Esports offense. The last time they scored, 2 minutes ago. Hopkins on this containment strategy. It's working effectively. The only thing is they still haven't closed this gap. One more goal to shut down that deficit.
They certainly don't want that gap growing any further here. Fresh setting up Mokio, though. What a pass and shot. This sequence moving through two defenders in shadow as well. But Mokio, oh my word. There's so many places you could have ended up to try and take that shot. And you get the perfect opportunity to punch it home high up and above that third defender. Hopkins, not only are they finding their way back to a tied game state, they're doing it in a convincing fashion here. And XD Esports, again, the respect for Hopkins has to continue to grow, but how much will it matter in the end? This one goes through, and Mokio gets Hopkins out in front before the final 60.
Ooh boy, they're hop, skipping, and jumping their way to victory here. With 4 goals in a row, XD Esports are on their back foot. This is getting interesting. It is here. 1 minute remaining. XD Esports now so many minutes away from their last goal, but now it's 0 seconds away. JK Fishizzle is going to secure the equalizer, and XD Esports, oh, they're like a monster. They are scary to play against when they are down.
That low lurk right there has been so prevalent with all of these teams. 58 seconds to go. We continue to tick away. JK's already up early. A nice meet on the challenge from Fresh converts, but nobody's able to take the shot quick enough as Fresh and Mokio trying to be that duo battery here for Hopkins moving forward, and Gron to pick up the pieces wherever they're left off as another clear finds its way deeper into the zone. Hopkins now looking for more. Sent over to the sidewall. They've got possession control. Try to slow things down. Wisely here is Fresh, but does not find the shot past 2. And now a tricky situation as 2 are already gone. Both teams have to watch themselves here to not commit too much far forward, or else they'll concede an early opportunity back the other way. But we're closing in on a potential OT unless XD have one in the bag here. 10 seconds to go. Sent over to Lottie Lettuce on the side. Els goes out of the corner, right in front. Nobody home. No shot in the back of the net, though. Lottie, no juice in the tank to get that one secured. And a demo will see the ball to the ground. Game 1 overtime here, Pyro.
Well, if you didn't think these top 4 were competitive, then think again. We've got overtime in game number 1. That's about as close as it gets here. And boy, could either team score at this point. Hopkins on a rampage of 4 goals in a row was just cut short with that last goal from XD Esports. Could they have the last one of this game here? JK Fishizzle brings it down to the ground, then back up in the air. It's a pass out to Els. It's on the goal line, and it will break through. Off of the post, the friendly roll gives them the winning shot for this first game.
Els got us started. Els finishes game 1 done and dusted. XD Esports walk away with the win. It was not without a long and arduous battle to get it done, because Hopkins, you thought at a certain point when XD were starting to run away with things early that Hopkins would not have the fight back, but no, they clawed their way all the way into that 4-3 lead. Unfortunately, XD set themselves in front again and get 2 unanswered of their own, extending into the overtime to close things up here. So first victory of the series for them, but those stats looking eerily close to each other here for Hopkins and XD. Bit of an offensive lean for XD and defensive lean for Hopkins, to be expected when the game is decided in such a manner, but still, you've got to love what Hopkins are bringing to this series right now. You cannot count them out, and that's a lesson that XD are going to have to learn really quick here.
Oh no, not at one step can you count them out. 4 goals in a row in that last game. By the way, every goal assisted and by one single player, Fresh. You've got to be impressed by the cohesion of this team. I was telling this team of Hopkins that, hey, no, it's XD Esports and their passing plays that you got to look out for. But with every goal assisted there from Hopkins High School, they might be the team to worry about their synergy when they get hot as well, because again, all 4 goals scored in unison. That, folks, was only game number 1, a crazy one at that, with the lead changes and with almost double-digit goals between the 2 teams. We head into game 2 to see if XD Esports can scrape by for another win, or if finally Hopkins will find their W on the board.
And we get 9 goals in total over game 1, rivaling and even surpassing the scorelines that we saw in the first quarterfinal of the evening here on stream. So both teams coming out with their shooting boots on. But will we see that clamp down? That's the real question, because oftentimes when we get into game 2, after an absolute barn burner offensively in game 1, teams will start to slow things down a bit and get really scrappy for these opportunities. We have gone through most of the opening minute without a goal found just yet as XD forced this ball deep, but it's cleared away all the same, and L's backed up to the back wall just to get this one going again. Teams jockeying for position here. Series far from over. Lottie Lettuce, second touch not there from the side wall, but the ruminations were present. You had a feeling it was in the air. Mokio tries to lob one as well, but both attacks on both sides not strong enough to see a goal just yet.
XD Esports trying to flex some mechanics here. That's Lottie Lettuce again trying to get a redirect going, but though that dominance has a lot of flexibility, the dominus, I should say, just those shots aren't really hitting exactly where he wants them to go. So maybe a little precision to be improved upon here, and the defense has to stand up as well. Grod will be denied of that shot by Lottie Lettuce, who now takes this up to the corner using almost every ounce of boost there. And, well, you know that if you're a Rocket League fan, folks. Roll 1 on the goal line of XD Esports. We've got a 2v2, likely, until a goal is scored. Mokio wants to be that goal scorer. Els denies. Lottie Lettuce has to rotate around here. I don't know if he picked up that container of boost. It looks like he did. Gets a touch there, but Hopkins, well, they are trying to pounce on this play.
I don't even know if that's a rule 1. I feel like they're back-to-back right now, and I wish we could see a bit closer. But regardless, they stay locked up. I'm curious if Els has bumped them free, but doesn't seem to be the case just yet. Still 2-on-2 for the time being. Again, for those uninitiated with this concept, players, it's more of a respect thing to stay locked up, an honor thing to make sure that you stay locked with your opponent until a goal is scored. I said that it would maybe happen there, but that one missed by both players, unable to finish it off. XD Esports close. Els wants it again, top corner. It's still lobbed there. Finally, Lottie Lettuce goes cross net. They will be broken up on that rule 1, and XD Esports take 3 minutes in to get there first.
I mean, first things first, tip of the cap to the players. That is very dutiful. I know we talked earlier, Galgan, or what, this was yesterday, about how the Rocket League gods will favor any team that holds a roll 1. We saw a team hold it together. 2 players from the same team holding a roll 1. That did not end up working in their favor. But this one working in the favor of XD Esports. They'll get the leading goal. Very different tempo, Galgan, in this game number 2. Remember game number 1, 9 goals in the entire bout. This one, with 90 seconds left, just 1 on the mark. Fresh, not landing that one. Unfortunately for Hopkins, the equalizer still yet to be found.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Again, with such a prolific scoring effort in game 1, you almost kind of expect it to slow down in game 2. And listen, we'll have the rule 1 conversation later, just you and I. Unfortunately, we're not on a podcast here, so I don't really have the time to go into my exact feelings. Wouldn't have the time anyway, because JK for Shizzle kind of beats 2 with 1 touch. Massive. You can see the control, the deeks coming out. Goes far side, and Mokio's bit into it a bit too late. So XD Esports now up by 2. Looking to go up in the series by 2. And in a best of 5, moving quickly towards that grand final. Hopkins have a lot of work set out in front of them to slow down the pace of XD, find some goals of their own, and bring this series back into contention.
Hopkins, you guys can do this. We've seen y'all do it before. Just feed the ball to Fresh to dump it off to another shot taker. Ooh, if you want to talk about good passing plays, sorry Hopkins, but it's on XD Esports. JK Fashizzle just controlling the pace of this game completely, putting the ball where defenders cannot rise to, and then dumping it down like a meteor to his shot taker of a teammate. XD Esports up by 3.
So fast, incredibly fast here for XD. They're picking up the pace, not letting their foot off the accelerator anytime soon. Another one centered up, rings off the post. Els actually ends up favoring that for JK as well to keep the ball alive, but as we get closer, less than 30 to play. Hopkins looking for their avenue out, but the redirect from Mokio doesn't connect. 2 players find themselves demoed, and it leaves Grod alone to look for something to get here for Hopkins for the road to take home at the end of game number 2, but the goodie bag is left empty here. No goals to line the pockets of the players as they leave the store and head now to the car ride home, potentially on their way to the 3rd place match. XD Esports are now